I remember very vividly that feeling of excitement that I had 2 years ago when I first discovered that average people like you and me can sell on Amazon. However, that feeling of excitement was extremely short-lived and followed up by extreme confusion. While there were a lot of YouTube videos explaining that yes, you could sell on Amazon, there were not many that really broke down exactly how or where you get your products from. So if you're a new Amazon seller, then this is the exact video that you want to see, and you're not going to want to miss a minute of it. Because I'm bringing you the video that I wish I had when I first started selling on Amazon. A video that is going to be your blueprint, laying out all of the different tips, tricks, pros, and cons of all of the different ways you can sell products on Amazon. If you don't know me yet, I'm Cassandra and I'm an Amazon FBA seller. And on this channel, I come every single week to help you to learn how to sell on Amazon and then scale that business up. So if you're not already subscribed, hit that subscribe button, like this video, because it really helps us out with the channel. Now, first things first, before I explain to you the different ways that you can sell and get your products, you have to have an Amazon selling account. So if you don't have one yet, even though you probably don't feel comfortable yet having one, sign up for your selling account. Without wasting any of your time, let's get right into it. I'm going to reveal to you right now how you can start getting products and selling on Amazon today. And really, there are a few different methods that you can choose from. So after you get that account, the next step is going to be figuring out which selling model do you want to do. And by the time you finish this video, you're going to have the answer to that. I've heard from a lot of you that you like to take notes while I'm covering topics, and that is such a great idea to retain and remember information. So I figured it would be a really great idea to present it to you in this slideshow. That way you can feel free to take pictures of the screen. So by the time we're done with this slideshow, you should feel comfortable and confident to start selling on Amazon today. You'll be able to see all of the different models and choose the very best one for you. This is literally any new seller's complete blueprint. So make sure that you stay with me until the very end, because I'm going to be telling you different strategies, throwing in some pro tips and tricks, and providing real examples throughout the entire slideshow. Let's do it. First and foremost, if you're not already selling on Amazon's marketplace, let me explain to you why it is my marketplace and several other sellers' marketplace of choice. The amount of traffic that Amazon is able to get is just mind-blowing. On a consistent basis, they get over 2 billion visits per month. That is a lot of customers and a lot of eyeballs on your products. Etsy, Shopify, eBay, none of these platforms are getting the amount of traffic that Amazon is able to bring in time after time again each and every single month. And the FBA stands for Fulfilled by Amazon. So being able to have them fulfill the products for us is definitely going to save you so much time in your business. This means that they are storing your products, they are picking them off the shelves when they get ordered, they're sending them out and shipping them, and they're even dealing with customers. So if there are any complaints or returns, you do not have to worry about any of that. FBA is going to take care of that for you. And you won't have to worry about doing different shipping templates and figuring out how much shipping is going to cost you. Now, if you don't want to do FBA, if you prefer to send them out yourself, that's called FBM, Fulfilled by Merchant. But in that case, you're storing your products, you're sending them out as they get ordered, you're dealing with the customers, and you have to handle the shipping, whether it be out of your pocket or charge the customers for it. And finally, the last really big benefit of using Amazon is their customer service. They really do put the customer first, and they have really high standards. So the customers keep coming back because they trust Amazon. So for all of these reasons, Amazon is definitely at the top tier of marketplaces that you should want to sell on. However, with pros do come some cons. Now, because the customer does come first in Amazon's eyes, they only want sellers that know what they're doing, and they have really high expectations for their sellers. So you are going to have an account held. And if you have too many hits or infractions that come your way, you're going to get shut down and terminated very quickly. Another con is ungating. Now, if you're selling your products on Etsy or eBay, you can just list your products and they're for sale. It doesn't really matter the brand or the category. But that's not the case on Amazon. New sellers are going to be gated in a lot of things when they first start selling. So the very first thing new sellers have to do is figure out, where are we ungated? Where will Amazon actually allow us to sell products in? And it's different for everyone, but some typical categories are office, crafts, and pet supplies. Now, over time, as you prove to Amazon that you're a good seller, you will see more and more categories and brands become available for you to sell in. And you can even take the next step to ungate these yourself by purchasing units of 10 and providing invoices. But having this obstacle of ungating is definitely just that. It is an obstacle that does get in your way with selling on Amazon. Now, all of these benefits I mentioned, the fulfillment, the shipping, the customer service that FBA is going to do for you, obviously it comes with a fee. And there are quite a bit of fees associated with doing Amazon FBA. So that is definitely a con. We have our referral fees, we have our fulfillment fees, we have our storage fees. There's quite a few of them that do eat into your overall profits. And finally, the last con in my eyes is some Amazon warehouses are pretty slow at processing your inventory. Not all of them. Some of them are relatively fast, and some of them can take upwards to a month or even a little longer to fully process your inventory. But overall, the pros of using Amazon to sell your products definitely outweighs the cons. Now, the very first selling model, and the one that I recommend to new sellers if you have not resold ever before, is to do arbitrage. With arbitrage, you have two different options, OA and RA. OA means online arbitrage. This means that you're shopping online. You're pulling up sites like Walgreens and you're browsing them online, finding products that sell higher on Amazon, ordering them, and then reselling them. RA stands for retail arbitrage. This means that you're physically going inside of the stores. You're going to bring your smartphone with you, and you're going to make sure that you install the Amazon Seller app. Now, you only have access to this app when you actually sign up for an Amazon selling account. So that's the very first thing you have to do. Even if you don't feel completely comfortable yet selling on Amazon and listing those products, you have to sign up, get the app, and go out there and start scanning products. This is how you're going to find out where you're ungated and what types of products and brands you can sell. So this is a super easy model. You're going to figure out where you're ungated and start selling those products. For me, I first went to Ollie's bargain bin. I brought my phone with me and I scanned products for about 4 hours. In those 4 hours, I was able to find a collection of Cambridge notebooks that I could sell. So I pulled up the existing Amazon listing, and the notebooks, I bought them for about $8, and they were selling for Amazon for around $30. So all that I did was I bought that from Ollie's, I listed it into my Amazon inventory, and I sent it off to the warehouse. Then it sold and I was able to get my profits. It's really that easy. And if you're not experienced yet, arbitrage and just reselling products you can find online or in stores is a great way to get going. The pros of this, it is so fast. You can sign up for an account, go to Ollie's, go to Walmart, go anywhere, start scanning and finding those products. So this is definitely the easiest selling model, and you can start with whatever amount of money you have available. So if you don't have a lot of funds, let's say you only have $50. Find $50 worth of products that are selling higher on Amazon, get those profits, and roll it into the next month. So month after month, you have more to spend and you're building. Now for the cons, because you're just jumping onto listings that already exist, this isn't like eBay, where each person gets to make a new listing for each product. Everything on Amazon, the same exact product, they're all jumping on one listing. So let's take this Neutrogena Retinol Pro, for example. This product will have one listing on Amazon, and every seller that wants to sell this product is going to be on that listing. And then the buy box rotates between the sellers. So if there are 10 sellers trying to sell that, the buy box is only sitting on one seller at a time. So if someone clicks buy now, whoever the buy box is on gets the sale. Now, with these listings come a lot of price tanking. Many inexperienced sellers think if they have the very bottom lowest price that they're automatically going to win the buy box and win the sale. But that's not how it goes. So don't race to the bottom. If the lowest price is $9.50, don't list yours for $9.49. Now you're just going to be in a tanking war with the other sellers where you keep lowering it until finally there's no profit for anyone. At the very least, match what the buy box is. If the lowest price is $9.50, then list yours for $9.50. Now, another con of doing arbitrage is listings can have a lot of issues. Because you're sharing these listings with other sellers, anyone can go in and try to edit these listings. And if it gets approved, but it's something that actually shouldn't have been done to the listing, what can happen is that listing can become suppressed. You can't even search for it anymore. And I've had this happen to me before. I've been on listings that I shared, and all of a sudden, the listing was gone. And now all my products, at my expense, Amazon is sending back to me because I can't sell them anymore. The listing has been deactivated. It doesn't happen a whole ton, but it definitely can happen. IP issues are also a con for doing arbitrage. What this means is brands might not want you to be selling their products. Now, a lot of sellers get confused by this because if you request permission to sell Neutrogena and Amazon says, "Congratulations, you're approved," that doesn't necessarily mean you're safe. Yes, that means Amazon is going to allow you to list it, but the brand themselves might say, "No, we don't want third-party sellers," and then they can give you an IP violation. These don't look good on your account health, so if you get too many of them, then you could get your account shut down. And the last disadvantage is the sourcing time. Because you're just constantly trying to find listings to jump on, you're constantly trying to find new products, it is a process, and it takes several hours of your time each and every week to try to find new products and new listings to be continually jumping on. Now for some tips. In order to not get these IP issues or these IP violations, what you need to do is research the historical data on every single listing to make sure that it's safe. And I'll show you an example of that in just a minute. The next tip is to find multi-packs. Sometimes a single unit is not profitable on its own, but if you put 2 or 3 of these units together, then they might become profitable. And then to avoid having to source so much, try and look for replens, for those listings that you can just constantly be staying on. So you're not always trying to find new products and new listings. See if you can find products where you can just keep replenishing them month after month. When you go out of stock, you go to Walmart and get more. Replenishable listings are really great continual money makers for you each and every month. And finally, use coupons, especially when you're doing OA, online arbitrage. Get sites like Rakuten and Honey. So that way, when you're checking out, you have all of the best promo codes that you can apply. Something might not be profitable just to buy off of Walgreens, but if you can attach a 20% off coupon to it, then it might become profitable. So always be using those coupons. Let me show you how to not get hit with an IP violation. Let's say you went to Target and you found this exact piggy paint on clearance for $1. It's selling for $10, so that seems like there's profit to be made. Because the rule of thumb when you're doing arbitrage is times 3. If you can find it for, let's say, $5 at Target, you want it to be selling for 3 times that on Amazon. So if your buy price is $5 and it's selling for at least $15, after the fees, there's usually profit to be made. So if this was only $1, that definitely seems profitable. What I would do first is investigate. So say I scanned the product and Amazon said, "Congratulations, you're approved to sell." Well, I'm not just going to list this into my inventory. I'm going to pull up my ProfitGuru Chrome extension right over here and I'm going to investigate. So I can see here I'm eligible. Amazon says I can sell it. Now my first alert is right here. It is saying that the brand is a seller. Typically when the brand is a seller of their own product, you want to stay away from that. That doesn't mean they always give IP violations, but it is a really good indicator. Also, if the brand is selling their products, then they're probably winning the buy box more times than not. So even if the brand allows you to jump on, they're probably going to be winning the sales and you're not going to be making sales to begin with. So as soon as I see the brand is a seller, that's a red flag for me. Now to keep investigating, I can see the best sellers rank is really good. That's strong. This tells me it's selling a lot. The estimated monthly sales are over 2,000. This is for all of the different variations together, but that is still very high. Now right here, I can see my Keepa data. The pink one is showing me the buy box price, so I can see if that's fluctuating or staying constant. And the green one is showing me the best sellers rank. So this way I can confirm if this is a fast seller over time. Now I have my profit calculator here, so if I was getting it for $1, then I definitely would be making profit. I can see that the brand is Piggy Paint, natural as mud. and they have 98 products on Amazon. So this seems like a good brand. The average number of sellers per listing is 4.8, and the average number of FBA sellers is 3.73. Now here are all of the different sellers that we have on the listing. I can see right now there are 5 sellers and 3 of them are FBA sellers. Now why does that matter? Well, buy boxes usually favor the FBA sellers. So if you see sellers that aren't doing FBA, like this third one here and this last one, they really aren't main competitors. So if you're also doing FBA, your competition would be these 3 people. Now, what I want to do to make sure this is safe is I would take this ASIN right here and copy it. This ASIN just means the specific numbers and letters that Amazon associates in its catalog for this product. Now, I want to bring that into the dashboard of ProfitGuru. Now I'm going to go to Sales Estimator. Let's paste that ASIN and search. Now this is going to break down and tell me all the historical data that I need to know about this brand so I know if it's safe or not to jump on. I can see the current, the 7-day, and the 30-day averages for the price history, the sales rank, the estimated sales, and the number of sellers. So it seems like pretty consistently there's around 3 sellers. That's not too high, and that's starting to be in the warning area. If there's ever only 1 or 2 sellers, stay away from it. That is not safe. I like to see at least consistently 4 sellers on that listing across time to indicate to me that the brand is not throwing people off. So let's come down a little bit further. On this top one, I can see the price and the sales rank, but what I'm really interested in is this bottom one right now. This is showing me the number of sellers. So I can see back here, let's look at the black line, the FBA sellers, since those are our main competitors. So I can see right now, August, there's 4 sellers, goes down to 3, goes down to 2. Coming back up, we have some more sellers jumping onto the listing, and then down, down, down. So it seems to be that kind of trend. As soon as a couple jump on, then they're gone. That's telling you right there, that's a big indicator that when sellers are jumping on, the brand is then issuing them these violations and kicking them off. Right here is a great indicator of that. So this listing, maybe they got a little bit lenient for a little bit of time and it got all the way up to 10 FBA sellers. Now all of a sudden, boom, they are being kicked off in June, all the way down to 2. So that is telling me this is not safe. There is not very many sellers on this, and as soon as some come on, they quickly go off. That's how you can ensure that you are not going to get hit with these IP violations. Check what the brand is doing across time and how many sellers are usually on this. A good safe number is to see 4 across time minimum. Now to show you a real life example of how to do arbitrage. I really like to be in the grocery area because these are products that are replenishable and they're products where people need them. Even if they're low on money, people still need to eat and they're buying these products. So let's look right here at this Kraft Spaghetti Classics. For 1 box, I can see that this is going for $1.99. Now, if I scroll down a little bit further, now I can see that there are multi-packs. So right here, we have a pack of 3. Right here, we have a pack of 8. That 1 pack alone, selling for $1.99, there's no way you're going to get any profit out of that, especially after you buy the goods and you pay the Amazon fees. Now, this pack of 3, I can't see a price on it. That means that the buy box is currently hidden. It's being suppressed. That can happen for a number of reasons, but a big reason why it happens is because Amazon thinks the price is too high. So the sellers might be having it listed for a price right now that's higher than it typically is, and Amazon can remove the buy box so that customers can't see the price. So let's try this one here, this multi-pack. This was one of the tips I was telling you with. 1 on its own might not be profitable, but when you put several together, then it might be profitable. Let's check this listing out. So my extension is telling me that I am eligible to sell this. The extension is going to be linked right with your Amazon seller account. So it's going to be able to tell you if you are gated or ungated. Since this says eligible, I know I am ungated. I can sell this if I want to. The BSR isn't too bad. I can see this gets an estimated 21 to 53 sales. It isn't the highest, but as long as there's not a ton of sellers on it competing with me, I should be able to make some sales off of this. Now, the big key is, can I get it for a cheap enough price that's going to bring me back profit? So what I like to do for a lot of grocery items is first just check Walmart and Target because they have significantly low prices on grocery items just like this that I could just buy off the shelf. So we're going to do Kraft spaghetti dinner. And I can see right here, I can buy it at Walmart for $1.56. So let's check the profit calculator. Right now the buy box is sitting at $25.91. If we're getting 8 boxes, that's going to cost us $12.48. And now we can see the profit would be $3.71 estimated every time we make a sale. So if we're selling one box on its own, there wouldn't have been any money there to be made. It's selling on Amazon for almost what you can get it for at Walmart. But when we put 8 boxes together, now we can see how we squeeze some profit out. A lot of people say, where can I shop to do arbitrage? And the real question is, where can't you shop? You can literally shop anywhere you can buy products off the shelf. Some examples to get you going: Target, Ollie's, Dollar General, Costco or BJ's, wholesale clubs like that, Walgreens, Walmart, craft stores like Joann's and Michael's, and outlet stores like Nike. Arbitrage can really take place anywhere. So while you're shopping, no matter where you are, bring your phone with you and scan products. You'll be surprised what's selling for higher on Amazon. On to the next selling model, and that is wholesale. What's happening with wholesale is you are going to open up accounts and you are going to purchase things in bulk. Because you are buying them in bulk, you're going to get it for a discounted price. And it still is easy in the sense that listings for these products do exist, and if you want to, you can just jump onto the existing listings. For the pros, there is definitely less competition than when doing just arbitrage. Typically, products that I've sold wholesale, they have just the same sellers on it. So I will go for a brand, I will open up a wholesale account, and then I'll notice all of the listings have the same few sellers on it. And because we're buying them in bulk, not everybody's able to get access to these products. We're all playing the same game. So we know what price we bought it for, we all are going to the same supplier, and we know the price we don't want it to go under. And for that reason, there's less competition and less price tanking. More experienced sellers are doing wholesale. So when we come onto these listings, we are just matching each other's price and we're sharing the sales. And then we're not having to chase new listings and new products like we do with arbitrage. We are just ordering the same products as soon as our stock gets low, reordering and replenishing the same products using our wholesale accounts. Now for the cons. Because you're opening up accounts, most of these wholesale suppliers and distributors do want reseller paperwork. So you will have to look in with your state what you need for a reseller's permit. But typically it's not hard to get. With doing wholesale products, usually you have lower profit margins. And rather than looking for new listings, where you're going to be spending your time is in the catalog. Each different supplier is going to have a catalog this big, and not all of those products are going to be profitable. So you're going to have to look through it to find the few that are. And even though the profit margins are typically lower, you're usually not making like $4 profit per unit. It's more like maybe just a couple dollars, but you're selling more of them. So because the volume is greater, it doesn't matter that the profits are a little less because you are getting more back in the end because you're selling more. And finally, the last con is accounts can be hard to open. A lot of these brands, a lot of these distributors have dozens, if not more, Amazon sellers reaching out to them on a daily basis. And what I'm finding, especially lately, is brands will tell me, thank you for your interest. We do allow third parties to sell our products on Amazon. However, we already have our Amazon seller. That's what a lot of them are doing now. They're just choosing one or two to be their Amazon seller, and they are restricting their products to be sold to any other Amazon sellers. This is a way that they can just keep control better of their products and their authenticity. So it does take some time. It takes a lot of reaching out, a lot of phone calls, and a lot of emails before you'll even get your first account opened. For some tips, same thing with arbitrage. A lot of products on their own might not be profitable, but as soon as you put several of them together, a pack of 2, a pack of 3, now you can start seeing profits. And the reason is because when you're selling them individually, you're paying all of the fees on one unit, all of those Amazon fees. If you put two together, the price is higher that the customer is going to pay, and you're still paying that one amount of fees still. So that's why multi-packs really increase your profits. A huge tip and something I've been experiencing with my wholesale accounts is try to find accounts with free shipping. I was ordering from an account for a while on a consistent basis, and it took me a bit to realize that what they were charging me in shipping was basically eating away all of my profits. So if you can find distributors and suppliers that offer free shipping, that's going to save you a lot. And it will definitely increase your profits. And the last tip where you can really make money is creating bundles. Here's an example of something that's a bundle. You can find this Funfetti cake mix at Walmart. You can find this frosting at Walmart. You just put those together, you're increasing value for the customer because they go together, they make sense, and therefore you're charging a higher price and you're increasing your profits. But the problem is, anyone can find this cake mix and frosting and put them together and jump onto the listing. So for that aspect, if you're just doing that and bundling things you can easily find at Walmart together, you're still gonna have a lot of competition. But there is a way to get rid of the competition, which I'll explain in just 1 minute. Now, there's a lot of different bundles you can put together. You can put together different passion niches, things that people are passionate about, and build a bundle around it. Seasonal ones are really great. Right now when I'm filming this, it's the end of summer, we're coming into fall. So putting together fall-inspired bundles, those are going to sell really well in September, October, and November. And a big tip for helping to kick off the competition is mixing your distributors. If you take something you can find at Walmart easily, that's great. But everyone can do that. So now go to your wholesale catalog, which everybody doesn't have access to, and find a piece from there to put with the bundle, but make sure it makes sense and they go together. If you're mixing distributors, it's going to be a lot harder for people to find those exact products. But make sure that you have access to reorder. You don't want to just spend so much time creating these bundles, especially if you're going to create a new listing, which is going to take you a lot of time with the pictures, the bullet points, the title. You want to make sure that you have access to reorder all of these pieces with ease. So month after month, you can keep replenishing and keep selling these bundles. So you're mixing distributors, you're going to create a whole new listing, and the last piece to keep people off is put something in there customized. And you can see that right here in this bundle. This right here at the bottom is a frosting spatula. So it makes sense. It goes with the bundle. The customer will appreciate that to help to spread their frosting. And I don't know where they found that. I can probably get that cake mix and frosting, but I have no clue where they got that spatula. Therefore, I can't just jump onto that listing. So putting a piece in there that's customized that people can't reproduce is an amazing strategy. I am going to go to Google and I'm going to type in promotional products. This is how you're able to find those pieces to add to your bundle that other people can't reproduce. And there are a ton of different sites here that you can go to make these promotional products. So let's go right here to the top one, and you can see all of the different products that you can put a little customized touch to so other people can't get them and jump onto your listing. Let's go with drink coasters. All right, let's say I'm selling a set of glasses, drinking glasses. Something that makes sense and that goes with them could be a drink coaster to put the glasses on top of. So if I'm just buying that pack of glasses at Target or Walmart, anyone can find those. But if I come here and customize some coasters, if I maybe come up with a design on Canva and then have that printed on the coasters, boom. Now nobody can come onto that listing because nobody else is going to be able to have those coasters. Such an easy but effective way to make sure that you're getting all the sales and not having to share them with competition. I'd love to know your thoughts so far and where you stand while you just take a second to try and process these models so far. I still have one more to share with you, but let me know. What do you think is most appealing to you and you feel comfortable stepping in with at this moment? Arbitrage, wholesale, or bundles? For me personally, I feel like it's kind of like a ladder where you want the foundation first, and the foundation to step in is just arbitrage, going and scanning and finding single units or maybe multi-packs, then building up the ladder with wholesaling and bundling after that. But I'd love to know where you stand and what you're thinking you're most excited about right now. Now, this last selling model is not where I suggest to jump in. Definitely build that foundation first with these models
And then if you're feeling like taking that chance, this last model can definitely be profitable, but it is the riskiest. And that model is private label. Now with private label, there's two ways to do this. You can think of something completely new that does not exist yet and bring it to the marketplace. Or you can take a product that does exist and think of a way that you can differentiate it and make it better from the original. Then what you need to do is find the manufacturer to bring that idea to life. The pros. With this, doing private labeling, there's no competition on that listing. You will own the listing. And the best thing for business, a business that you can run to scale, is building a brand. So with private labeling, you definitely have the potential for larger profits. You can build a brand that people trust and resonate with, and you own the listing. However, there are some cons. First and foremost, this is a huge investment of time. This is something where it's going to take months to bring it to the marketplace and bring it to life. It's not like Arbitrage or Wholesale where you can just buy them and send them in. You're going to be doing a ton of market research, a ton of research on your competitors, finding your manufacturer, thinking of ways to differentiate your products, getting prototypes and samples to make sure it's what you want, building a really good listing. As you can see, there's a lot of steps. So this is not for new sellers to do, but it's definitely an option when you feel seasoned enough. Not only is this a huge investment of time, it's also a huge investment of money. I would say on average, the minimum to do private label for one product is about $10,000. And the reason is because you're going to have to buy them in bulk and you're going to have your own unique product. So it's not something that they have mass already sitting there and can just ship to you. They're going to have to make it to suit your needs. And in order to do that, they're going to make you order hundreds of units. And if you want to build a brand and keep everybody off of the listing, then you need to be brand registered. This means you have to have an LLC, and then you have to get a trademark that your business owns. Having this trademark is how you keep everybody off and own your listing, which that in and of itself takes some time. You have to think about your business, your slogan, applying for your trademark, which if you apply incorrectly, you don't get your money back. So if you're not sure how to apply for a trademark, I would definitely look at Fiverr or somebody experienced to help you with that. For some tips, as I was mentioning, do the time first. Put in the research because you don't want to invest $10,000 into something that's not going to sell. So research your competition, research the demand, see if it's seasonal, research your keywords that you want to be using in your listing, the search volume, how much you're going to have to spend for this. Itemize all of your expenses. Make sure it's actually profitable in the end after all of the expenses. And some pro tips are to think of things that are lightweight. Heavy, bulky, that's going to cost a lot of shipping to you and a lot of shipping to Amazon and to the customer. So the lighter, the better. It's going to save you a lot of money if these products can be 3 pounds. The smaller, the better. And then when you do get to the point where you're ready to launch it, don't take that lightly. Make sure that your listing is optimized. Make sure that you have a launch prepped, ready to go. What's your plan of attack? Your PPC, you are going to have to run ad campaigns on this. And a really pro tip is to think of influencers in that niche who already have a large audience that can help expose your products. Send them your products for free. They can be your endorsers and share them with their audience. A lot to take in. Take a screenshot of that. If you didn't of the other slides, go back, take a screenshot, and then you have your notes right there for you. There you have it. If you are a new Amazon seller, now you know all of the ways that you can sell tangible products on Amazon. Now, where can you find manufacturers for your private label or distributors for your wholesale ventures? There are a lot of ways, but this is how I do it. I go to Google and I type in wholesale suppliers for XYZ near me. I also like to use ChatGPT a lot, especially when I'm thinking about how to differentiate a product or if I'm building a bundle and I'm not quite sure what really goes well with the product. I'll jump into ChatGPT and it will help to give me some ideas. I've also used it to say, find me some manufacturers of XYZ, and it'll come back with a big laundry list of people I can start reaching out to. So that is a really good resource that currently is free to use. Then we have ThomasNet, which is a database full of different manufacturers and suppliers that you can start searching through. Of course, we have Alibaba, which is not in the US, so this would be ordering overseas. I don't really like to do this as much. It definitely is a longer process. I've tried it. It just wasn't really for me, but it is an option. And finally, I use ProfitGuru software a ton to be able to find brands. And then once I found a brand that has a lot of products on Amazon, then I reach out to that brand and open up accounts with.
So now you know there are a few different ways that you can start selling products on Amazon today. Arbitrage is by far the easiest method to jump into. You can literally start scanning products right now at any store, purchase them, list them in your inventory, and start selling them. Or you can work on opening up those wholesale accounts. Now you're going to have a little bit more of an investment, but you're ordering in bulk. Take that a little step further and make yourself those bundles. They will really increase your sales and help to stop all of the competition that's on regular arbitrage listings. And finally, if you have some really great ideas, a lot of time on your hands, and a big sum of money for an investment, you can go on into private labeling and building a brand. If you've been with me this far, thank you so much for tuning in. I really appreciate it. Hit that like button, leave me a comment down below letting me know which method are you super excited to start doing first on Amazon. I hope this video brought you a lot of value and answered a ton of your questions, and as always, I'll catch you in the next video.